For centuries, humans have dreamed of having superpowers. From flying through the clouds to reading someone's mind, these ideas have lived in stories, comics, and movies. But what if, just what if, these powers were real? Science today isn't just a tool, it's a doorway to possibilities once thought impossible. From gene editing to brain-computer interfaces, we are entering a time where fiction might slowly turn into fact. This video explores the science behind superhuman abilities and how close we truly are to making them real. Super strength is one of the oldest fantasies in human imagination, but science shows that we already have the potential for it. Inside our muscles lies a chemical called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, which fuels strength. Normally, our brains limit how much muscle power we can use to prevent injury. However, under extreme conditions like life or death moments, humans have been known to lift cars or bend metal bars. This is called hysterical strength. If we could safely unlock this potential through neural stimulation or genetic modification, true super strength might no longer be just fiction. Imagine if humans could heal like Wolverine. No hospitals, no scars. In nature, salamanders, starfish, and axolotls can regrow lost limbs. Scientists have discovered that these animals possess special cells called blastema cells that reprogram themselves to rebuild tissue. In humans, similar cells exist but remain inactive after injury. Through stem cell research and CRISPR gene editing, scientists are trying to reactivate this natural code. The goal? A future where damaged organs or amputated limbs could regenerate in weeks.
Becoming invisible sounds like magic, but it's based on real physics. Light bends, reflects, and refracts. If we could manipulate it perfectly, an object, or person, could become invisible. Researchers at Duke University have already built metamaterials that can bend light around small objects, making them disappear from view. Although full human-scale invisibility is still decades away, the science is clear. Light manipulation and nanotechnology are the keys to one of humanity's oldest fantasies. Humans have flown for over a century using planes and rockets, but flying without aid, that's the dream. The science of levitation involves magnetic fields, ion propulsion, and anti-gravity concepts. Recent experiments show that superconductors can lock themselves in midair using magnetic flux. Meanwhile, jetpack technology has already made limited personal flight possible. The question isn't if humans will fly freely, but when. What if you could hear someone's thoughts, or share your own instantly? Neuroscience is closer than ever to decoding human thoughts. Brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink can already translate brain activity into computer signals. In 2024, researchers managed to make paralyzed patients speak through neural data. With continued progress, telepathic communication through technology might become as common as texting within a few decades. Real telepathy? Maybe not yet, but digital telepathy is already being tested.
Time manipulation. Can we control time? Slowing down or speeding up time sounds like pure fantasy, but physics disagrees. Einstein's theory of relativity proves that time isn't fixed. It bends with gravity and speed. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station actually experience time slightly slower than people on Earth due to orbital velocity. While true time travel might remain fiction, time dilation is a scientifically proven phenomenon. The day we control it intentionally, the future will never be the same. Superspeed, the biology of motion. Running faster than sound may sound impossible, but humans are built for adaptation. Our muscles, tendons, and cardiovascular systems are already optimized for bursts of speed. The cheetah's secret lies in its flexible spine and oxygen-efficient blood system. If we could genetically engineer humans to enhance muscle contraction speed and oxygen intake, it might one day be possible to run at speeds no human has ever achieved. Scientists are studying myostatin inhibitors, proteins that limit muscle growth, to unlock the next generation of human performance. X-ray vision, seeing the invisible. X-rays and infrared light are already used in medicine and technology to see through walls or bodies. But what about human eyes doing the same? Our eyes can only detect a narrow range of light, the visible spectrum. If we could genetically engineer photoreceptive proteins from snakes or shrimp, which can see infrared and ultraviolet, humans might one day gain enhanced vision. Imagine seeing heat signatures or objects behind walls. No gadgets needed.
Telekinesis, moving objects with the mind. The idea of moving objects by thought has fascinated people for centuries. While no one has ever truly moved an object without physical force, modern science is exploring this possibility through brainwave-controlled robotics. In 2023, researchers made a robotic arm move simply by reading a person's brain signals. The more advanced these systems become, the more it feels like true telekinesis. The human mind might just be the most powerful tool in the universe, and we've only begun to understand it. Super strength, the muscle mystery. Imagine you could lift a car with one hand. Sounds impossible? Actually, human muscles already have the potential for that. They're just limited by our brain's safety mechanisms. Our body stops us from using 100% of our muscle fibers to prevent injury. In life-threatening moments, this limit sometimes breaks, and people suddenly show hysterical strength. Scientists believe this happens due to a massive adrenaline surge that overrides neural inhibitors. If we could safely control this system, humans might actually become as strong as superheroes like the Hulk. Regeneration, healing like Wolverine. Now imagine getting a deep cut and it heals in seconds. This ability isn't completely fictional. Some animals, like salamanders and starfish, can regrow entire limbs. Scientists are studying stem cells and genetic regeneration to replicate this in humans. Researchers at Harvard and Stanford have already regenerated skin and muscle tissues in lab tests. If perfected, humans could one day regenerate organs or limbs, making aging and many diseases a thing of the past.
Superspeed, the science of fast motion. Think about the Flash, moving faster than light. In reality, speed depends on muscle contraction rate, oxygen use, and body temperature. Cheetahs run at 120 kilometers per hour because of ultra-fast twitch muscle fibers and flexible spines. Humans could theoretically double their running speed if our muscle composition and oxygen efficiency were enhanced, maybe through genetic engineering or neural stimulation technology. So while speed of light running is impossible, superhuman speed might just be a few decades away. Telepathy, the mind connection. Can one brain read another? Scientists are already experimenting with brain-to-brain interfaces, or BBIs, using electrodes. In 2019, researchers transmitted thoughts, like simple yes-no signals, from one person to another through computer-linked EEG caps. If this evolves, humans could one day communicate mentally, without words. Telepathy wouldn't be magic. It would be neurotechnology at its highest point. Flight, defying gravity. Humans have always dreamed of flying freely. Our bodies aren't designed for it. We lack wings, hollow bones, and high power-to-weight ratios. But with anti-gravity propulsion or exoskeleton jet suits, we're already closer than ever. Companies like Gravity Industries and Jetman Dubai have created working jetpacks, allowing flight for several minutes. The next step?
merging bioengineering with tech to make biological flight real someday.
Invisibility, bending light. What if you could just vanish from sight? Researchers at Duke University have already created metamaterials that can bend light around objects, a real-life cloaking effect. It works by guiding electromagnetic waves smoothly around a surface. So far, it works only on small scales, but imagine future suits made of such material. Soldiers or rescue workers could turn invisible when needed. It's not fantasy, it's quantum physics and material science in motion. Superintelligence, brain beyond limits. What if your brain could process information like a supercomputer? Human neurons are already powerful, but they work slowly compared to digital processors. Neural implants like Elon Musk's Neuralink are trying to change that by connecting our brains directly to computers. This could lead to instant knowledge download, memory storage upgrades, and learning at lightning speed. But scientists warn, with great intelligence comes great ethical responsibility. Control over elements, fire, ice, and more. Superheroes like Storm or Iceman can control nature's forces. Realistically, humans can't create or command fire or water, but plasma manipulation, cryogenics, and nanotech might allow partial control. For instance, scientists can already create miniature lightning in labs using plasma arcs, and nanotech can manipulate water molecules at the micro level. If merged with wearable tech, element control could one day become a scientific extension of human capability.
Immortality, the eternal life code. Can humans live forever? Aging happens because of cell damage, telomere shortening, and DNA errors over time. But some creatures, like the immortal jellyfish Turritopsis dohrnii, can reverse their age process. Scientists are experimenting with telomerase activation and genetic editing, CRISPR, to slow or stop aging. So maybe, in the far future, immortality won't be fantasy. It'll be a biological achievement. Telekinesis, moving things with your mind. Is moving things with your mind even possible? Theoretically, yes, if your brain can control external electromagnetic fields. Scientists have already created robotic arms for paralyzed patients using neural signals. Telekinesis in its early form already exists through neuroprosthetics. So while you may not levitate a car yet, moving objects with pure thought is slowly becoming a part of medical reality. Shapeshifting, the biology of transformation. Imagine being able to transform your body into anyone or anything like Mystique from X-Men. While it sounds like fantasy, there's actual science behind it. Certain creatures, like octopuses and cuttlefish, can instantly change their color, pattern, and texture using chromatophores. If humans could somehow combine that cellular mechanism with genetic reprogramming, we might someday alter skin tone, face structure, or even camouflage ourselves in the environment. Researchers in bioengineering are already experimenting with programmable cells that can change properties with electrical or chemical signals. Shapeshifting might just be the next step in human evolution, powered by biotechnology.
X-ray vision, seeing beyond the visible. Superman's X-ray vision may not be real, but similar tech exists today. We already have terahertz scanners that can see through solid objects, like walls or luggage. Scientists at MIT have even developed devices that use radio waves to see human movement through walls. If these technologies could be integrated into human eyes using cybernetic implants, humans could someday see different spectrums: infrared, ultraviolet, or even X-ray. The result? A world where surgeons, engineers, and even rescue workers could see through barriers in real time. Breathing underwater, the science of gills. Aquaman-style breathing underwater isn't impossible to imagine anymore. Japanese scientists have developed artificial gills that extract oxygen directly from water. If humans could develop biosynthetic gills using genetic engineering, we could breathe underwater like fish. In 2022, MIT researchers even created a liquid oxygen suit prototype that allows oxygen absorption underwater. One day, deep-sea exploration might not require oxygen tanks, just enhanced human biology. Time control, bending the fourth dimension. What if you could slow down or speed up time? Einstein's theory of relativity already proved that time isn't constant. It changes with speed and gravity. Astronauts aboard the ISS actually age microseconds slower than people on Earth. While true time travel is still science fiction, quantum mechanics shows time loops and parallel timelines are mathematically possible. The key lies in controlling space-time curvature, something scientists are experimenting with in quantum labs using light and gravity simulations. So maybe one day humans could truly bend time, not with magic, but with mathematics.
Energy absorption, the power of the sun. Imagine drawing power directly from the sun, like absorbing energy instead of eating food. Plants already do this via photosynthesis, converting light into energy. If humans could develop biosolar cells in their skin, we could potentially generate energy directly from sunlight. Scientists have experimented with cyborg skin that mimics plant photosynthesis. It's not impossible to imagine a future where our bodies are self-powered, charged by nature itself. Sound manipulation, the power of voice. What if your voice could shatter glass, move objects, or even heal wounds? Sound is vibration, and vibrations can carry immense power. In medical science, ultrasonic waves are already used to break kidney stones and heal tissues. Scientists at MIT created a sonic levitation experiment where sound waves lifted small objects. If humans could biologically amplify and control vocal frequencies, sound-based powers might one day be a reality. Mind control, the power to influence. Mind control sounds dark, but it's closer than we think. Experiments using transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, have shown that magnetic fields can alter mood, memory, and even decision-making. In 2019, neuroscientists successfully influenced the choices of test subjects by targeting specific brain regions with electromagnetic pulses. It's a chilling glimpse into a world where human thoughts can be externally controlled or even hacked. That's why scientists are working hard to ensure ethical limits in brain tech research. Force fields, barriers of energy, a shield of pure energy that blocks bullets or explosions? Sounds futuristic? Actually, NASA and Boeing have patented plasma field systems that can deflect shock waves from explosions. These use electrically charged plasma to create a temporary invisible shield. If miniaturized and powered efficiently, humans might someday carry wearable force field belts for protection in dangerous environments, from space missions to military rescue ops. Quantum teleportation, moving without moving. Teleportation might sound impossible, but it's already real at the quantum level. Physicists have teleported information between quantum particles across kilometers using entanglement. Though this doesn't move physical objects, it proves that instant transfer of data, and maybe one day matter, is scientifically possible. The challenge is scaling it up from atoms to humans, which involves unimaginable energy and complexity. But theoretically, teleportation doesn't break physics, it just breaks our imagination. The future of superhumanity. What comes next? What happens if all these powers become real? Would humanity evolve into gods or destroy itself? Scientists warned that merging biology with advanced technology could create post-humans, beings far beyond today's humans. We might eliminate disease, pain, and aging, but also lose empathy, emotion, and morality. The line between human and machine could blur forever. So the real question isn't can we, it's should we. The science behind superpowers shows us what's possible, but our humanity will decide whether these powers make us heroes or monsters.